almost to the clearing. You see the rabbits. They run off. Dog chases. Chris tries to call dog back, but it doesn't listen. And then you make it to the clearing. You guys like walk out halfway between the tree and the edge of the woods to meet the dog, and then all the bunnies noises and stuff happen.
And none of that was recorded. Well, in terms of our audio.
Yeah, your guys' audio.
Nice and convenient, right?
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, so I have my audio.
The most
Just
important
use
part.
like a text-to-speech program to put us back in.
A text-to-speech?
Hell
Except
yeah.
for we have no text.
Just write text.
Just...
Exactly.
Alright. Well, begin. I think the best thing is to start with our little poem.
Oh, yes!
Don't nobody believe nothing these days. Which is why I haven't told nobody the story I'm about to tell you. And the truth is, you probably ain't gonna believe it either. Gonna think I'm lying, or I'm losing it. But I'm telling you, this story is true. It happened to me. Really. It did. It so did. Alright.
Nobody's ever gonna believe this one.
Wait, that's it? Really? Oh my god.
No,
And-
inappropriate.
Upon that note, you hear the hundreds of bunnies' feet all around you.
Hundreds? Oh, Jesus.
What sound to be 100 bunnies' feet. Tapping on the ground. The head bunny stands up in front of everyone. Let me show you his picture. In that one game.
Oh no.
This bunny stands up on its hind legs looking out
Dude, talk
upon
about
you.
a beefcake.
It's a beefy bunny. And his little bunny voice you hear. Insolent fools! You come into our forest, our land. You kill one of our own. What are you doing here?
Sidman looks at, oh shit, what's Ted's character's name? Ty Lane. Kind of raises an eyebrow and leans back. This is this actually happening?
You know what? He raises a good
I think
point.
so. Are you guys hearing them?
Yeah, I think he just accused us of murder.
I mean, didn't we?
I plead not guilty!
You killed... You killed Tom of the Flat-Footed clan. They were on vacation. How dare you? They were visitors to the giant tree.
Prove it!
Hops away for a split second.
Oh, God.
Comes back, holding a paper. Unravels it. There's some
Shit.
sort of script on it that you guys cannot read. Has a foot at the bottom, almost as if it was a signature. Here is your proof!
You know, in the court of law of the forest where I'm from, unless there's a body, can't prove it.
Out of character, did we eat that rabbit?
I tried to give it to Kyle. I don't know if he actually ate it.
Holy shit, yeah, Kyle swallowed it. Oh,
did
didn't
I
he?
fall asleep or wait? No, was that when I freaked out?
Did you fall asleep?
I'm
I was
banking on
freaking
there being nothing left of that body.
I
But
don't
There
know.
was
Maybe I
there
ate
was
it.
a head and there was a foot left. The head was tossed to Kyle, which he gobbled down.
Oh God.
okay, so that could be any rabbit's foot.
Who has the foot?
Shut up.
Oh god.
You all start murmuring to
Yeah, I
yourselves.
think we kind of huddle in and we say, can we have a minute?
I look a
I'd
little.
like to consult my lawyers.
he doesn't look very patient. Let's make this quick.
He starts
What do we
tapping his
do?
foot.
What do we do?
We can give him the paladin.
Give him the paladin.
You, they're just some
They're
rabbits, dude.
Why would we? What would they even do to you?
I'm
Nothing.
waiting.
They'll accept him as one of their
Have
own.
you seen me?
Will they nibble
They
your
would
head off?
gnaw.
The light would prevent their actions.
The light would not reach you if they buried you alive. Rabbits can dig, can't they? Yes.
The light reaches all.
Well, I guess it depends on how deep you're buried, but opacity of soil besides. We need to come up with a solid legal defense against these rabbits.
I mean, it's not like we knew it was sentient. If we had known the rabbit was
I don't
a
think they're
damn
gonna take
citizen.
that as a.
Is ignorance innocence? Are any of you familiar with rabbit law? Actually, Bo, am I familiar with rabbit law?
Familiar with rabbit law. How can we turn that into a role?
That's a really good question. I mean, so forest gnomes can speak to small mammals, right? Now, I am not a forest gnome, admittedly.
Can I?
This
can
one's
I
speaking
roll-
common.
Can I, roll for,
Admittedly.
can I roll for animal handling to see if I am familiar with rabbit law?
That might work.
Chris, I'll let you roll animal
Do
handling.
I know rabbit law? Oh,
Well, we'll find out if Chris does, and then we'll go
It
from there.
won't exactly be for rabbit law.
18.
Kyle, something tells me a giant lizard that eats rabbits may not know the most about rabbit law.
Yeah, rabbits don't have
why
rights.
wouldn't I? I mean,
So,
Rabbits don't have rights.
upon Chris rolling this 18 in animal handling, the rabbit's going to focus in on him. You look of the forest. Did you all follow the correct ways in?
I'm gonna tap him on the shoulder and cast guidance.
What, me?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, hang on a second. That wasn't an 18. That was a fucking 22.
Can you count?
Yes, I can count.
Oh, modifier.
Yeah, I forgot I had another effect going off. Anyway, yes.
Okay. What did the rabbit say to him? Said
If
you
he
were
followed the
of forest.
correct
If I followed the
roles.
correct path.
I believe we followed the instructions of the woman who was guiding us fairly precisely. I drew a map and everything. I don't show the rabbits the map because I'm not sure if it's the right way, but I lean in. I tell Chris that.
So they're waiting for Chris's answer.
Or,
Okay.
I'm gonna
yeah,
tap him on
I
the
believe
shoulder
we
and cast
followed the
guidance.
correct path.
He looks curiously. So you came along the river, yes?
was
Correct.
that your
You
question?
walked down the river from beyond, according to our sources.
Our sources.
Well, not from the
You came from the witch's hut.
witch.
Which?
Which?
This is a Scooby-Doo moment. We all say "witch" at the same time.
Which?
Yeah.
Ted, this is peer pressure.
I don't conform.
Shit. Okay, moving on.
Oh, shit.
I know of no such witch, but we did meet with a rather interesting lady in a hut. Yes, I suppose. She jumped out of a window. It was rather odd.
Stands there, looking at you for a split second. Taps his foot a couple times. You hear feet tap all around you.
Oh god.
You wait a little bit as he looks around.
Dude, like a bead of sweat drips down Sidman's forehead as he's watching the foot.
I'm gonna pop in a berry in my mouth.
It appears the witch was under a disguise of some sorts. They do this often.
Wait,
So-
I realized that a boss just eat the berry, and I look at him, my eyes kind of go wide, and I say, "Witch, why would you?" Oh no!
So, Kyle, you just, pull out of your pocket this berry and just eat it right in front of everyone?
Just like
Yeah.
Just
mid.
no
It's been
secrecy
in there for
whatsoever.
a while,
Just-
I
dude.
mean, I'm kind of hungry. I want to nibble.
The rabbit's eyes go wide as he sees you just pull out this berry and plop it into your mouth. The berry of death! The berry of death! You hear feet all around you. Half the bunnies have jumped off and started running into the forest.
What
Oh,
the
hell yeah.
fuck?
You fool! You insolent fool! What have you done?
What? No, 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 no! Please.
Dude,
What is this?
The berry of death! Everyone
Yeah.
knows not to eat the berries of the witch!
Well, apparently
Clearly,
we
I
don't.
You said she was in disguise. I'm not sure why our friend here would have decided now was the moment to consume such a thing. But what is it? What do you know of it? What do we do? Save us!
There's nothing you can do now! You're marked for death!
By whom?
The witch!
Oh, this isn't good.
The witch is incapacitated at the moment.
Why would she? If this witch would...
How do we...
Wait, are you friends of the witch, Rabbit?
Oh.
No! No! Nothing of the sort! The witch is evil!
Then I plead to the good that is in your heart.
Did she
Aid
live
us.
in the west?
Help us break this curse. Help us slay the witch.
Wait. Important question. Did she live in the west?
Actually, it was to the northeast, but
Was it my mom?
got him.
The bunny's head tilts as Madison just says this.
Is your mother a witch?
Everyone just looks at her.
Sala?
Anyways,
No. We're not
are you
just
gonna
moving on
help
from
us
this.
or not?
Wait, why would we? The witch is pure evil! Has killed hundreds of us!
Well, we're not helping the witch either.
We seek the same thing, the same ends. Help us break the
you
curse.
realize you're rabbits, right?
Oh, shh. They might be sensitive about the subject.
What? Are you
Like short-
racist? Are you racist?
I'm just saying.
Oh, you're
rabbits
just
use
a
pretty
puny
good-
human!
Oh, mightiest of lagomorphs, have mercy on his ignorant mind.
You're traveling with a blizzard, for God's sakes!
Yeah, I don't know
Is
what you
that bad?
expected.
Hey, now that's racist.
Actually, it is kind of. I'm not gonna lie. The lizard was our prisoner. If you had scouts following us, then you know that we had him tied up and shrunk on the back of my machine.
What? What?
We do?
Then you know he is tamed. He is safe. Cease your nonsensical accusations.
I will curl up in a ball and look as cute as possible.
Oh,
You're gonna roll
look at him.
You're gonna roll
It
Christ.
looks like he wants belly scratches.
Kyle,
Yeah.
Kyle,
What's up?
I want you to roll me a performance check.
Of course you
Can I can I help him?
Jared, you helping him in a sense. Kyle, roll with advantage
Yeah, thank you.
because of
Okay.
Jared's persuasion.
Oh, zero,
Right?
zero charisma.
Hell yeah.
Let's go. Oh, 12. Okay.
Hmm?
Hold on. 12.
I
I rolled 12 twice. So
hell yeah.
And that's a
Great.
0
That
modification.
should be
Yeah.
12 squared then.
The bunny watches as the
134.
lizard just curls up a ball on the ground.
He flutters his eyelashes. Wait,
Yep.
lizard.
do the little,
No eyelashes, right?
The tongue thing.
He licks his eyeball.
Yeah.
What have you all done to this beast?
He is completely placid and tame.
Nods.
Please maintain a 6-foot radius. He may be carrying disease.
Hey, they look
Damn,
So
dude.
the fingers are not too easily snappable.
We will not go against the all-powerful witch, but we will allow you to leave this forest unharmed. That is, if you do one thing for us.
I am not so hasty to agree with terms without hearing them first.
Of course. There's a beast of the forest that kills hundreds of us every year.
I look at the lizard.
I look back at him.
This monster is taller than the trees, smaller than the most insignificant mushroom that you might come across. And with its roar that echoes through the forest, I'm sure you heard it not too long ago, midday-ish.
I think we did, so I nod.
It's quite the creature, and it's not welcome here.
Have you seen this creature?
Of course!
What
We've gone
does
to
it-
battle with it many a
what does it
time.
look like?
Oh, good, then you are informed.
Yes.
Will you
kind of
share with
torch
us
do
its
you
weaknesses?
Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check, Jared.
Can you see the teeth on that motherfucker? A persuasion check. Shit, do I have? I do not think I have not advantage, but proficiency. So break out the D20. Shit, should have done something ago. I got a purple 1. Hell yeah, that's good luck already. Persuasion, charisma +1. I got a 15 modified.
All right. The beast. It doesn't have the best ear. We got to those one day. Its smell is stronger than what you probably would have. Maybe not the lizard, but the rest of you. It's large and small. It changes its size. It's by will. It morphs. It changes. Cursed thing.
You say its power of scent is particularly strong. This may be of use to us. Do any of you have any stink bombs?
No.
I'll get to work on that then. And I start. You just see Sidman like look up at the sky and start like stroking his beard. The cogs in his head start turning.
This monster, it lives in the forest, not far from here. It moves and it walks with the trees, and it's hard to track. But it will find you if you go out.
Does it prey on anything specific?
You all are living, yes? It should be good enough for it.
Well, this should be interesting.
I honestly haven't seen it not eat anything, to be honest. It's very, very... Its diet is interesting, to be honest.
Variety is the spice of life, they say.
Yes, yes. Would you kill this thing for us?
As love as I like to be able to make guarantees, I guess we can try.
Well, what are we working with here? I mean, I know you said it's bigger than you, but I mean,
It
I
changes
kind of
sizes.
gestured.
It's taller than the trees. It's smaller than the mushrooms.
They've gnawed off its ears, and it has a powerful sense of smell.
The rabbit nods its head.
Does that sound like anything
Yeah.
I've ever heard of?
Whisper over to the group. They could just be talking about a particularly big wolf.
It's
Hey, now.
possible. But the shape changing, the size
Tolerable.
transforming.
They're
True.
talking rabbits.
Yes, so I'd be more inclined to believe that there is a creature that can maybe change size at will in this forest than otherwise, had there not been magical
I don't
touch.
believe it.
That roar we heard was no wolf.
And there we have it. Bo, can I make a? I don't think a history check would make sense. Actually, nature would probably be what we want here.
What are you trying to check for?
I want to see if I have any idea what this creature sounds like. A creature of the forest with a strong scent of smell that can change size.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
All right.
I maybe have more knowledge of that?
It's possible.
I'll let anyone who wants to try and make the check make the check.
We can
I will make the check.
we've got the two nerds in the background talking back and forth, like bouncing ideas about what it might be and like dismissing each other's theories.
said a nature
So I'm going to
check?
give you an assist on that.
Whoever wants to make a check can make a check. Just let me know what type of check you want to make. So all
I
five
would
of you can roll for something. Just let
I
me
would
know.
assume nature.
But nature would seem to make sense. Do you have a
And
bonus of?
Depending on what you
yes.
guys roll for,
I have a
it
massive.
will
bonus
change
to
what
nature.
information I give you. if
Do
you
you
roll
want to
high
help
enough.
me with that? And I get advantage, or?
I would love to help
I
you. Yes.
will roll.
Instead of helping, I would rather you guys be rolling
Okay.
individually.
Do separate ones.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Do
Yeah. If
separate.
you want to do nature, I'll do like history, I guess.
I'm going to use animal handling.
Sure.
Okay.
Chris, did you? roll already?
Madison
What did you
and
get?
Mitchell.
I got a modified 23.
Not
Oh.
making a roll.
Okay.
Chris got a modified 23.
Yes.
I got a 19.
And
I
Kyle.
got a 13.
Okay. So Kyle, you know of horses and badgers.
And rabbits.
So something with the badger comes up to mind. It's pops into your head, something that could do something like that. Maybe a deer with their movement, something that makes the rabbits
Ravenous
confused.
Little predator.
Mushroom,
mushroom.
The reason the horse and deer come into your mind is just from the general strangeness of possible movement this thing could have.
Okay.
So Jared, you were next. What did you have?
I had a 19. I was doing a history roll, like
History?
thinking about like old peasant tales of
Okay.
creatures in the wood.
Okay. So a random story comes into your mind. The monsters of the woods. There's a particular story. You don't remember the name of this creature, but you know of stories of people who go lost in the woods, being stalked and chased by a strange creature that likes to play with its food before eating it.
I fucking hate Faye.
It's the main story that you remember is that it can be tricked and fooled itself. One of the key ways to do this is to put all of your clothes on backwards.
I'm already changing, dude.
Excuse me.
Yep. Sidman is just like pulling his pants down, turning them around, and pulling them back up.
Oh,
It takes him a minute how to figure out how to put his belt on backwards. He turns the hat around pretty quick, and the robe he just like pulls his arms into the sleeves and spins it around.
So
What are you doing?
No, trust me on this. You may want to consider doing the same as well. We need to find. Well, I think it may be advantageous to have some of us heavily scented and some with obscured scents to confuse the beast.
1 second. And
yeah, sure.
lastly, it was Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you roll,
23.
and what did you roll for?
23 nature.
23 nature. All right. It's kind of similar. You've heard stories of creatures. Specifically, you have a little bit more knowledge from your previous history of the forest. Is that there are creatures whose shapes can be changed and manipulated. There's specific ones that live in specific areas, but you know of a certain one that lives in the wood. You don't exactly remember everything about it,
Yeah.
but
Do I know the name or anything like that?
not its name.
Or like the type, the creature type, maybe?
You know what its favorite color is.
So, from what you remember, you know that this creature is an amalgamation of different creatures of the wood.
Oh dear.
it has body parts of multiple creatures kind of mashed together. It's not something that one person would easily be able to describe. You get
Chris,
multiple
what's your
stories
favorite
explaining
animal?
it.
Beasts.
Beasts. Okay.
This is not a beast
I
of
figured.
the wood.
Well, you said an amalgamation, so
Yeah.
that's pretty
Yeah.
obvious.
What'd you
This-
call me?
This monster is
Said
usually
your mom was an
referred to
amalgamation.
as the beast of the woods
True.
because of its actual appearance, sometimes being confused with trees that it likes to mimic.
Interesting. So it's maybe magical divination.
Are you explaining this as you're recalling it?
Yes. I was-
Sidman pauses in like trying to figure out how to put his shoe on backwards and starts looking at a tree suspiciously.
The giant tree possibly in the middle of the clearing.
Yes, absolutely. I'm kind of just like looking up with an eyebrow about halfway up
Hang
his
on,
forehead.
how do you put a shoe on backwards?
That's what he's trying to
what he's
figure
trying
out.
to figure out.
I could put them on the wrong foot, but it's not really backwards. It's just sort of.
So,
Okay.
before you all head off, the rabbit looks up into the sky and sees that the sun is fairly low at this point. It's dusk, almost night, if you will. Would you all like to stay in our clearing this evening before you head out on your journey?
I think that sounds much safer than the alternative, with the beast of the woods being lurking about. We would welcome your hospitality.
Yes. Come to the tree. The rabbit hops down and actually runs in behind a branch, if you will, a root in the tree that hangs down into the ground. You don't see it appear on the other side of the root.
They follow him?
Lizards first.
Okay.
Kyle, you approach this root that just kind of like arcs towards the ground. You peer around it, and you actually see the rabbit. But if you peer around again, looking above the root, he's not behind it.
It's like a tiny gate.
Okay.
Can we fit through this gap?
Yes.
Okay.
You'd probably have to crawl, some of you on your hands and knees.
Sidman will have to squat, but
Sidman, you can stand. It's an easy clearance
yeah.
for you.
I guess I will follow the rabbit, Acalia, shortly behind me.
I will too.
I wait till last.
Some of
to,
you are crawling in.
Guide the robot through safely.
Some of you are crawling underneath this root, and the others watch as you guys do not appear on the other side of this root.
Disappear.
You just disappear into the ether.
Don't worry, Tylane. I'm sure this couldn't. There's nothing that could possibly go wrong with this.
As you guys are crossing into this other side, it's bright daylight. The sun is directly in the sky. If there was a sun. It's constant
I'm glad I
daylight.
replaced my lenses.
I'm astonished.
Is it just like rolling hills of munchable grass?
It's similar to the area of which you just were in. It's a little clearing, a line of trees, and the world arcs up as if you were on the inside of a sphere.
I think I am actually maybe a little concerned about this. I would love to make an Arcana check and make sure we haven't just been lured into the Feywild.
Go ahead.
Oh,
You got a problem with the Fae?
Ah, yes. As a matter of fact, I do. Arcana check. That's a +5, and I got a 9 modified.
9 modified.
I knock on wood as I pass through the gate.
This isn't Kansas anymore.
Oh, this might be Minnesota.
The area of which you are in, you can feel just the air's different. Something strange about this land. You look around, and you look up along the walls of the forest, if that makes any sense.
Wait, and this is inside the tree?
It's under, like, a root of the tree.
Oh, okay.
Like, you've crawled underneath a
huddle
root
real quick.
onto the other side of the root, and now you're just in this alternate dimension, almost.
So we're
Yeah,
like
this little-
underneath inside the tree.
No, the archway was a portal into another dimension where we are in a sunny, beautiful glade.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. I think Sidman kind of murmurs. He says, "Team huddle, real quick. How many of you are familiar with the Fae? I'm not
very
sure that's
familiar
what we're
with the
dealing
Fae.
with. But just remember, don't accept any gifts. We must make sure to pay them back before we leave. Watch for promises. Those are dangerous. And never uncross your fingers.
I'm
Keep them
gonna
in your
roll.
pocket.
I'm gonna roll my eyes at Sidmund, having dealt with Fae in the past.
Does anybody have any raw iron?
You see
when
a
we go
robot
into this other dimension,
kind of
like,
shudder.
are there like way more rabbits inside here? Or are there just like thousands of bunnies?
You see rabbits in this field. The grass, if you will, is a little bit shorter, so they're easier to see.
Immediately.
There are a good amount of rabbits here. It's uncanny how many. As if
like a
you were
town.
here and you wanted to hunt rabbits for like your job, you could make bank.
Wow. Is the rabbit king or whoever not gonna say anything about me bringing a fucking wolf into this dimension?
No, it says nothing.
Okay, cool.
He's actually
more worried
hopping
about the
off
lizard,
towards a little
honestly.
fire that they've started.
Okay.
Rabbits know how to
But
start
what about
fires?
Eldritch Blast?
I don't know. There are a lot of them. Do you think we could take the lot if we had to run?
What were the two spells you said Thailand gets confused?
Eldritch Blast and Smite?
Oh yeah, that was it.
No, he just thinks it's an extension of his smite.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
It's like an alternate form or something
No,
like
it's
that.
just long range smiteitude.
Smiteitude.
So
I-
the bunnies themselves they have their little camp almost on this alternate dimension where there's hundreds of bunnies just roaming this area, and
Do they
they've
have
set up
structures?
there are holes, burrows in the ground.
Okay.
And you
So
can see
there's a big warren here.
Yes.
Okay. Are there tunnels large enough that we could enter?
No.
Okay.
These are normal bunny tunnels, but they're so plenty that it's kind of strange.
The king dude. I guess before he gets too far off ahead, I ask him. I want to know his name. Has he told us his name? Is he
No.
like given a title or anything?
No. The only name that he said was the one that you guys killed.
Right, Tom. Whoops.
Yes.
He will be remembered.
So I get you call out to
we should-
him, and anything in particular, a way you want to phrase it before you just
I
insult
suppose
him.
I say before we split to find whatever accommodations I suppose you may have to point us towards. If we have information or we need to find you in the future, what may we call you by, and what will the others know you by?
He looks at you and just says, "Rabbit."
King Rabbit? Lord Rabbit?
No,
General?
no. I am of a simple man. Just call me Rabbit.
Of course you're Rabbitsy.
He nods, and then he actually tells you, "Do not head out of the glaive. Our little, you all call wardens in the grounds. If you go into the forest, you will likely never return. I will make this very clear. Do not go into the forest here."
I look at everyone in turn and stare them in the eye until they nod or acknowledge it in some way.
Thailand's just gonna like look at the forest.
I'm just
The
gonna
boss?
like
I'm just gonna squint my eyes.
I'm
You look
still
at me.
drooling looking at the rabbit.
Tylane, you in particular. I know you're rather fond of chasing odd voices.
There are
you want to talk
many a
about
creature.
odd voices.
There are many a creature in this wood that you would rather not mess with.
Well, let's hope none of them are quite as horrifying as the beast of the wood.
The amalgamation.
Huh. So yeah, I guess where looks like it would be a comfy spot to set up a bedroll or
Really,
something. It's also
anywhere-
bright out. I want somewhere shady and dark, preferably. But I'm not going to fit in one of those warrens.
No. You guys would be able to set up camp anywhere in this area. And as you look up, you actually notice that the sun is moving faster than normal through the sky. And it would
So
actually
there's
become
no
dark
sun.
before too terribly long. If there was a sun.
Oh, okay, so it will get dark. Okay, cool.
I'm going to huddle up near the campfire and start setting up.
And singing that campfire song.
Yeah.
I put the robot into table configuration and take a seat on one of its forearms.
table configuration.
So you guys are starting to head towards this little fire. You see a good amount of rabbits huddling by it, just sitting down, like as if they were on couches, just on the ground, like a
I'm
human
still
would.
drooling.
It's very un-rabbit-like of these rabbits. But none of them are speaking to you, is one major thing. They're just huddled around, making rabbit noises.
So, how was the grass?
They all stare at you immediately.
I pick up a piece of grass and chew on it to fit in.
Some of them cock their heads, some of them look away from you, but none of them speak to you.
Okay.
How hospitable.
I'm sorry.
Can I ask the king rabbit?
Yeah, he's
Oh.
sitting by the fire as well.
I'm gonna go beside him, sit down. What's this about the death fruit or the death?
Oh, yes, you idiots, you ate the berries.
What? Can you give us any more information about that?
It was not wise of you to just take a gift from someone and plop it in your mouth, honestly.
Usually, people. Never mind. What are the consequences?
Most people who eat the berries, they feel more powerful, if you will, for a short while. They
Oh,
get
I've eaten it and I don't feel anything. I'm fine.
they tend to get more cocky with their newfound abilities. But they because of this stupidity, they normally end up going out and doing dumb things.
Ah, yes, like killing monsters for rabbits.
The rabbit nods and like gestures a hand towards him.
makes perfect
like
sense now.
exactly.
Oh,
These
no.
these people tend to, how do I put, become overwhelmed with pride, if you will, a deadly sin.
Trying to tell us something here.
Just be careful in the next rest of your life,
So Sidman is
however
taking
short
notes.
it might be.
Sidman is taking notes. He's saying there are no consequences whatsoever. I am now more powerful than ever before. Continue as normal.
Kyle, I would like to note that you are level 5 right now, as well as everyone else. Yeah.
Oh, those stats,
It
baby.
is.
Ding.
Now we get to spend 30 minutes rolling Kyle's stats, right?
No, he's already got it. We
We'll,
already
we'll
did
do
them.
that as we go into the night
Right?
session.
Mm.
Is there
Oh, it's
anything
Bruce Health.
particular that you guys would like to do before night falls?
Oh man. They. I might
Take
look
a
for
long
somebody who's.
rest.
I might look for a rabbit that is maybe selling stinky herbs.
Hey.
You look around, and there appears no one in
I hate it.
particular
I hate
stands
it
out.
so much.
There's no like. I guess rabbits.
There's
might
no
not be-
vendors of any
Shit.
sort.
Okay, rabbits do not practice capitalism.
You could ask and see if any are willing to
No,
sell you some.
I've already embarrassed myself.
I do have prestidigitation. Wow, that came out wrong.
Ooh. No, dude, you actually got that pretty clear.
Close enough.
Prestidigitation.
An
Wow.
odd odor.
Ooh.
You have an odd odor?
Wait,
Yep.
what?
Medicine
make
can use
an odd odor
prestidigitation to
when
the time
create an odd
comes.
odor.
I think
So-
we all do that.
So, Bo, you know how a lot of spells have, like Enlarge Reduce, you have one spell and it lets you cast the opposite one?
Oh.
Could I use the opposite day rule on Purify Food and Drink to, like, just rot some fish?
Give me once. I want to read exactly what it says on
I got you.
Purify Food and
I'm
Drink.
sorry, I can't.
I'll put it in
I
chat.
can't get over that.
You just went to rot food.
Yeah.
Like,
I want to make really, really stinky shit.
Well, you can make shit.
I mean, technically.
Yeah.
Well, not just like a turd, but like we need some like truly potent odorous compound.
so to do this,
I don't think I have alchemy
feels
stuff.
as if I'm going to allow you to try to do this. It would be a difficult role because in your own mind, you'd have to do the inverse of what you would normally do. Yes.
I'm gonna have to say. Well, it's a good thing I've already got all my clothes on backwards. Let's get this started.
So
Ranger, have you found any weird shit in the woods I can put in this bottle to make stink?
We are surrounded by rabbits.
I don't think they would appreciate us using rotten carcasses. Tenalia, any mushrooms or fish or anything?
Yes.
Do you mind? I pop a cork off of like a big old beaker,
Okay.
which I've just pulled out of this tiny pouch at my waist.
You want stinky shit? You say?
Yes, please.
Okay. I'm
The
gonna go.
stinkier the better.
I'm gonna go forage for some fucking herbs.
Not in these woods, you aren't.
Not in the forest, you dip.
Just making sure.
I head over to the...
Jared, what is your spell list? I do not see that on my list for you. You have
I was wondering if I should prepare it for tomorrow. I can cast it as a ritual, I think, though, as well. I don't remember exactly how that works. 5e ritual casting.
I think performing it as a ritual does not consume a spell slot.
Do I have to have it prepared, though?
I think you would.
Ritual takes 10 minutes longer to cast than normal. It doesn't expend a spell slot, which means the ritual version of a spell can't be cast at a higher level. You must also have the spell prepared.
Okay, so
Okay,
you could
so
do that
that'll be my
tomorrow
final
morning.
spell. Yes.
Awesome. The inverse of using that spell as you try.
Perfect.
All right. So, is there anything else anyone's really planning on doing in the evening?
Not particularly.
Chris, foraging for something within the short grass, I'm assuming?
No, I'm heading over to the tree line.
To the tree line. The very edge of the trees, or are you venturing in?
I'm just walking the tree line, seeing if I see anything in like the immediate vicinity.
As you are walking the tree line, there's like a little horde of bunnies, like a good 8 or so, just following you, watching you just walk across this tree line. They're like about 10 feet in and not coming any closer.
Gotcha. Wait, in the tree line?
No,
Like
opposite.
In
the clearing.
Okay, gotcha.
Watching you. Just
Gotcha.
close, but not too close.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not like sprinting through this.
No, you're taking your time, you're foraging. I think it would be
Ask him for help.
Let me get
How do you pay a rabbit?
a nature check
Okay.
to see what you see in this
Okay.
naturey mode.
Boy. 12.
12?
Yeah.
You can look across and you see some mushrooms. Can't get a
Okay.
real good look at them.
Okay.
And yeah, there's some mushrooms that you can see, and beyond the tree
Mushrooms
line.
are pretty stinky. Gonna
Actually, Bo, I'm going to change one more thing on this list.
investigate. A little bit.
As you start to like take your first step in to the tree line, all of the rabbit's feet instantly start tapping on the ground.
Yeah.
Do you proceed to continue into the woods?
I'm gonna turn around and look at the rabbits real quick.
They're all tapping their feet very quickly, staring right at you.
I'm gonna take a step back.
They stop tapping.
Okay.
And they're still staring at you, seeing what you're going to do.
I'm gonna head back to the camp.
Okay.
Well, did you find anything?
Nope, nothing. Nothing out here.
Nothing at all in this
Nope.
wood?
Nope, nothing.
Not even like an illusion that drew you out to try to murder you, or seduce
No.
you, or enslave you, or
No, I don't think there's anything to be scared of for these woods.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good to hear. Well, that doesn't get us any closer to making a stink bomb, though.
Remember,
Have you
I
tried
think I could-
outside of the magic woods?
I'm gonna
I
try
point
to like.
back at the gate.
Ooh, actually, yeah, that's a good point.
Is it nighttime yet?
You are in kind of the same as the other dimension. Time, that is.
Was that nighttime?
Other dimension, I would say, you guys do not know, you haven't walked over and checked, but this dimension is very close to dusk.
We may be able to make a brief jaunt out and, I don't know, where was the stream? Could we get some crawfish or something?
So actually,
Stream
I
was
have a
about
better idea.
4 hours from
yeah,
where you
maybe
were.
not.
I have a better idea.
Hmm.
I'm going to use one of the rations that I have. I'm going to take some sort of. I imagine I would have like. I don't know about like what the rations are in D&D, but like assuming I would have something in there that would like have some sort of odor in it.
So
I feel like most rations would probably be preserved pretty heavily.
yeah,
Maybe some
Well,
spices.
my idea was to mix it with some water from my water skin and try to like mash it up with some like berries or something that I would have on hand.
Wait,
and
did
like
you say
try
berries?
to make try to make some
Berries.
sort of concoction.
Everybody, I'm going to need a stool sample.
finally.
Not happening.
Finally.
Don't worry, I'll get it eventually.
No, yeah.
I want to try to like with stuff that I have on hand. I want to try.
No, this
to,
is for separate purposes.
Yeah,
we
so
can't
you're
spare
gonna-
the feces.
you're going to take some water, take some ration, take some random berries that you might have in your pocket, and mash it all together in a weird muck.
Yeah,
All right.
that has a pretty distinct odor, I would say.
Especially after, well, tomorrow, we'll let it sit there and stew for
It's
a
not
bit.
necessarily a bad odor, but it's very unique.
Should
say.
we heat it up?
Yeah, you know what? I could heat a little bit. You will do that.
Okay.
I forgot there was
Okay.
a fire.
What are we gonna heat up?
Not the stool
Yeah,
samples.
the
I
stool
need those for later. No. The stool samples might have buried compound in it.
Then
We can isolate it. Think of how powerful we could become.
Distilling it out to become gods.
I'm down.
You know what? I changed my mind. You want a stool sample? Let's go.
Yes! Sidman does a little dance.
So, Chris is giving Jared this weird mush. Any of you who take a crap anytime soon can also give Jared your
I'm
weird
just
mush.
gonna I'm just gonna look at Sidman and point at Acalia.
Well, the dog's feces won't have any berries in it. We can use that for the.
The dog
compound.
did eat a berry.
It did.
Yeah, no, the dog did eat a berry.
Oh, okay, well that's going in the pouch too.
All right.
Well, he can pee.
Does anybody remember if they've shat in the past day?
I
You are guys have not gone to
You
sleep yet.
buried
It's the
it!
same day.
Yes, I buried it.
No!
Did we just hear him through Madison's mic?
Wait, did we? Holy shit! That's great. What happens if a worm eats it?
Holy shit.
Exactly.
Wait, literally.
Uberworm. Uberworm.
Purple worms are a serious
That's how you get
thing.
tapeworms.
Yikes.
Dear God.
Okay. So I guess we'll start passively collecting stool samples as time goes on. But
All right.
for now,
No, you can actively collect
not,
mine.
Not will. You.
well, of course. I brought gloves for a reason.
All right. So I'm going to say it's nightfall now.
Yeah, I switch over my list of prepared spells. I'm gonna send you the new one.
I'm assuming we're taking a long rest here.
If that's what
Cool,
you
nice.
guys' plan is.
Yes, I would like to take a long rest. Full 8 hours.
And that redoes my spell slots. Correct?
Yes, it fills up your spell slots.
Okay.
How do you guys want to split it up?
Like I said, I'll take first watch because I'll be like poking the stinky stuff.
I mean, I'll be meditating anyways.
I'm sleeping
you know,
away my
elf-
nausea. Y'all get fucked.
Elves.
I will
thing.
take
Yeah.
second watch.
Jared, I meant, not Jared. Who
The
has
one you live
nausea?
with?
Yeah, the one I live with. You. With the face. Tylane.
Cool. Yeah.
You with
Yep.
face.
I
You
would
with the
like
prefrontal
you to give me
cortex.
one more throw for your nausea. Just a regular D20.
I swear to God.
No.
Game, don't fuck me. That is a 9. What am I adding to it if I'm adding anything?
Nothing. Just a straight up
Okay.
9?
Yep.
Alright. You instantly begin vomiting as you start
Nice.
buckling down for the night.
Ooh, catch as much of that as you can. Could be useful. Do you see any berry seeds?
Nope.
You can give me a perception throw, Jared, if you want to.
I really don't want to, but I think Sidman really does. You said make what kind of roll?
Perception check.
Perception.
Would it be an investigation?
Oh,
Oh,
and
shit, where's my d20? I'd be pretty
is
happy
that
if that was...
different from the other? Which one's using what?
Perception is more of your overall, like, what you see, and investigation is the act of, like,
Investigation is intelligence.
investigating.
Yeah. So, Jared, how would you like to look through
Investigate my vomit.
I am going to retrieve a sieve and a piece of cheesecloth from my ever capacitous sack.
Cheesecloth?
Yes, it's I will use it to strain the finer material and remove the liquid. First, I will pass it through the sieve to catch any solid debris, and then maybe we'll see if any of the pulp is caught in the cheesecloth. The liquid can just go into the stink bomb, though.
Some of the bunnies are just like watching you do this. It's so confused.
I'm gonna roll investigation. I got a +8 to this bitch. Let's go. That's a 23.
You're going through this and you're finding small tomato chunks. You're finding a bit of like leafery from the tomato soup.
Leafery.
Leafery.
He eats the bay leaf.
Rubbery.
But you
The
do
bay
not
leaf
find
is the best part.
you do not find any berry nor berry seed.
Confound it all! I knew you had more frequent bowel movements than previously anticipated. It must be long gone by now.
This wasn't a bowel movement. What do you mean?
Well, no, you defecated earlier, and all the berry bits are gone. Fool!
But you have my defecation.
Well, your most recent one. Maybe
I'm
we'll
just
see.
like I'm just like trying to meditate. I'm like cracking an eye open listening to these two argue.
That was the only shit I took since I ate that goddamn berry.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just this means a lot to me. Okay,
Clearly.
and I
I
haven't
was
had
about to
time.
say fucking clearly.
I haven't had time to sift through the fecal matter yet, and I'm not looking forward to the task. Okay.
Clearly you are.
His voice kind of breaks a little.
So we have Jared on first watch. Chris, are you taking particular time with your like less deep sleep?
I mean, I assume with the meditation, because like I don't sleep, right? Like,
So
Not really.
some of it is deeper and some of it is more
I think
meditative.
there's a really short period.
Yeah, there's some part
Yeah.
where you are like mostly
let's see.
asleep.
Elves don't need to sleep. Instead, they
Trance.
meditate deeply, remaining semi-conscious for 4 hours a day. So I guess I would hear what was going on around me.
Hmm.
If
Well,
anything.
you're in the trance. You're like awake, but not awake.
Yeah, I got
Not like perceptive. You know.
I would assume Acalia would alert me. She has finer ears than I do.
So 4 hours that we have that is not. You are awake for everything but those 4 hours, and in those
Yeah.
4 hours we're having Jared.
Yeah, you
Take
can
a
meditate for the first 4 hours, even though we're trying as hard as we can to disrupt it.
Yeah.
All right. So night split in half. Chris taking.
Takes the ladder.
Yeah.
Hell
All
yeah.
right. It is here that we will end our session for today. I hope you enjoyed, and we will see you before too long. Bye-bye.